Hello, hello. I'm on a little bit later than normal. How is everybody doing? How was your day? Was it amazing? Was it good? If you're new here, welcome. I need to get better lighting. Can you see me? Let's try this lighting. Hello, welcome in. I'm just getting started. If you're new here, hi, my name is Brooke, and I like to talk about all things confidence, lifestyle. And Tony, hey, how are you? Jay, hi, how are you? I just literally got started, so I'm on here a little later than normal, but I still wanted to come on because I love talking to you all, and I always miss you guys whenever I don't come on lives. So today I wanted to kind of do a follow-up to my live that I had earlier, and that was manifestation does not have to take long, right? It can happen in an instant. And I gave an example of what happened to me the other day. I was scrolling online, and this other manifestation coach posted, she was like, in 2026, I want to date someone new. And so she claimed it, she affirmed it. And then a few minutes later, she got a text from someone that she had met a few weeks ago, and he asked her out on a date, and she was just like, hell yeah, done. And then she gets an email, right, a few moments later, and she sees the notification. She was like, you know what? That's money, right? I'm deciding that email is money. And so she goes, checks the email, and it's a refund. 2 refunds at that. So that's money coming in, right? So she claims it. And I got so inspired when I was watching it. I was just like, instant manifestation, hell yeah, let's do it. I want the same thing. And I claimed it, and I went about my life, and I lived my joy. Because I always say, live your joy, right? It's the fastest way to manifest is to just do what it is that you love to do. And so I went about my day. The next day, I went and got my hair done, and I was waiting for my ride outside. And I see this guy pass, and he like locks eyes with me, and he's like staring at me, and I thought he was gonna like crash because he was like staring at me so hard. And I get in my ride, and we're driving, and then he pulls up next to me, hands me his phone, and is like, you're so beautiful, can I get your number? I want to take you out. And my brain instantly went back to, oh shoot, the other day I claimed, like yesterday, that, oh, I like want a date. And then there, lo and behold, there he was. So it's just really funny to see how fast it can happen, right? So the next wild thing that happened was later on that night, I was on live, I got off live, and then I checked my email, and I thought to myself, oh, this is money. I have to claim it. She claimed it. I'm claiming it. I open up my email. Someone bought every single one of my courses plus a coaching package. So it just goes to show that manifestation does not have to take long, right? That was all 24 hours. And the reason why it happened so fast is because I had no resistance to it, right? I wasn't in this state of desperation. I wasn't in a state of lack, in a state of scarcity where it's like, oh, I want this thing. I want it so bad. I want this, specific person. No, I just said, this is fun, right? What she said was fun. I said, I want that too. Hell yeah. Let's replicate that. I affirmed it, and then I moved on. I lived my life. I lived my joy, and it happened in 24 hours. It showed up in my reality. Not even 24 hours. It was less than that. And then it gets crazier. So when I gave him my number because we were driving, or it was my Instagram handle, he didn't hear it correctly. So he never contacted me. And I was like, okay, fine, like, doesn't matter. I go out to lunch today, he's at the restaurant that I was at. That's not coincidence, right? It's a bridge of incidents, right? Those are things that happen along the way to a manifestation. And so we actually got to talk. We ate lunch together and we hung out, and it was great. So it just goes to show, think it, right? Think it, believe it, and know that it is done, right? Your desire is yours. So don't take manifestation so seriously, right? Have fun, be playful with it, do experiments like that. See something and say, I want that, I'm gonna claim it, and I can have it. It's mine, it's done, it's already mine, it's done, right? And so when you can do that, manifestation just happens so fast. The fact that that all happened in 24 hours is wild. The fact that there was the follow-up, right? What are the chances that we're at the same restaurant the next day. It's wild. So it just goes to show, lock in, right? Have a disciplined mind. Don't be in a state of, desperation, of scarcity, like you need it. Just know that, you have your desire and it's yours. And that's all that you need to know, right? So, I will now go through questions. I always give like a little story up front. And then if you're new here, hi, my name is Brooke. I like to talk about confidence, lifestyle, and manifestation and building the life of your dreams. So I do answer every single person's questions. Sometimes it takes me a little while to get to yours. I will get to it. So, I'll go ahead and start now. Tony said, hey. Jay said, hi, how are you? Thank you guys so much for joining. Wow, there's 125 of you on here. Oh, Cash said, yay, right? Like, manifestation is so fun. You literally just think it, believe it, know it, right? It's like one of those things where it's just like, you don't have to put in this massive amount of effort, especially when you don't have resistance. I had zero resistance to it because I didn't care, right? I wasn't in this state of, I want to date and I'm lonely and nobody likes me, right? Otherwise, I would have gotten more of that. 12-7 said, yeah, you were talking about dating. Exactly. Like, and then it just appears. That's how it works. Cash said, how did you affirm? I literally just said, when I watched the video, all I said was, I want that. I'm claiming it. I have that. That thing is mine. I literally said, I want the same thing. That was it. I said, I want the same thing. And I got the same exact thing. It was wild, right? It just goes to show you can have it. Your desire is yours. I mean by confidence coach, I teach people to step into the identity of the version of themselves that they want to be, right? So the most confident version of yourself. It's who are you being, right? Are you being the person? So life, I always say, is the story that we tell ourselves. So are you being, the victim in your story, right? What's your story? What are you living by? Are you saying that you're never chosen? Are you saying that you're not good enough? Are you saying that you're not worthy? So I work with clients to help them overcome those limiting beliefs and start to peel back the layers, right, of who they are at their true essence and not who society told them they should be. So that's the work that I do. So I help people to build their confidence, to remember who they are, and to create the life of their dreams, because we are the creators of our reality. Wow, there's 143 of you on here. That's awesome. What if you have too much confidence? Do you help channel that the right way? I don't think there's a thing as having too much confidence. Do you mean like arrogance? Because a lot of the times people conflate the two, right? So being confident is just being self-assured and knowing who you are at your core, right? So you trust yourself, you love yourself despite all of your flaws, right? You know that you are infinite intelligence, you are part of source, right? You are creation itself. So it's just remembering your power and knowing that you are divine. And so you can have confidence as you move through life, knowing that you can't really make a mistake, right? Because you can handle anything that comes up because you trust yourself. You've gotten through everything in life this far and you can get through anything that comes up. I think arrogance is different, right? Because arrogance is more so there's a level of comparison, right? You're comparing yourself to someone else. You're saying you're above someone else, right? That would be not good, right? So confidence, no, I don't think you can have too much confidence. Confidence is empowering. Confidence is amazing, right? It's how you should be living your life. You should be amping yourself up. You should be knowing your worth. You should be knowing your value. You should be knowing that you just are enough as you are. I think firmly one of my core beliefs is if everybody in this world knew that they were just enough, it would eliminate so many problems, right? Some mental health problems, anxiety, like depression, instead of trying to just keep up with people, trying to, win the rat race, and all of those things. It's like, just know that you're enough, right? You don't have to change. You don't have to shapeshift. You don't have to morph into someone else for someone to love you. You're enough as you are, because you're unique and you have your own special gifts, and there's somebody out there looking for someone just like you, whether if that's friendship, partnership, work opportunities, a romantic relationship, whatever it is. People want someone like you, right? So don't try and be someone else, just be you. So I don't think you can have too much confidence. Pet lovers, thank you so much for joining. Art Monk said, no dude wants an overly confident girl, and that's just the truth. I would 100,000% disagree with that. I think that says more about you than it does about the person. So to me, it sounds like maybe, I don't know if you're insecure having someone that's confident. I'm not really sure where that's coming from, but I definitely would want my partner to be empowered and to be the best version of themselves and to believe in themselves, because we all have it within us. So why would we not want to be our most confident self, right? Why would we claim that we're, not worthy and that we're not deserving? 12-7 said, remember I was talking about synchronicities. That might have sparked something for you. Honestly, yeah, 12-7. I agree. Totally. Like, it's all a bridge of incidents. So 1000%, like, those little things are definitely synchronicities. 1000%. Callie said, happy 2026 to all. Yes. Amazing. Mr. 10, thank you so much for the roses. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Hi, how are you? I hope you're having a great day so far. I'm having an amazing day. Thank you so much. Like, my day was actually really, really good. I got to watch the sunset at the beach. Tia said, on a weight loss journey, it affects how I feel about my worth in dating and a partner. So Tia, I teach manifestation as well, right? Alongside with confidence. So first of all, I want you to know that your weight is the least interesting thing about you, right? You are beautiful, you are smart, you are kind, you are enough, you're a good person. So know that your weight does not define your worth or your value, right? So a lot of the times we project our beliefs onto other people because that's what manifestation is. That's what reality creation is. So if you're new here, what I mean by that is our thoughts create things. People only think of us what we think of ourselves. So if you think that you're overweight and that no one's going to love you because of your weight, then that's what will start to happen in your reality, right? Because you're projecting that out with your thoughts, right? Whether if it's conscious or subconscious. And then your world, right? The people in your world, the places and the things all start to reflect that back to you. So start with saying affirmations of, I love my body, right? Even if you don't believe it, you just say it, right? Look in the mirror, start from head to toe and say all of the things that you love about your body. Again, it might feel like a lie at the beginning, but keep doing it every single day. And before you know it, you're going to start to look in the mirror and like what you see, right? So you're not going to be worried about your weight because you're going to know that you are enough as you are. It's really not going to matter. And trust me, I have been there. I have overcome so many different body image issues in the past, right? I literally have been exactly where you're saying that. And so literally just start to view yourself, really do some mirror work, start to speak life into yourself, start to say how amazing you are, right? If it feels weird to say that you like certain things about your body that you don't, then just say, I appreciate everything that my body does for me. It keeps me healthy. It keeps me safe, right? Because I am spirit and my body is just what's the meat suit, so to speak. It's carrying you through space and time. So say, I appreciate my body and for what it does for me. It helps me to walk and experience life. It helps me to, it pumps the blood through my veins. It pumps the air in my lungs, right? Just say those things that you're grateful for to start with. If it doesn't feel good to say, I like my hips, I like my waist, whatever it is. And then ease into that and you'll start to really change the perception of it. You can also do mindset work too with just saying everything I eat makes me the perfect size. The key to manifesting, your dream body or your goal weight is to claim that you already have it. So what you're going to be saying to yourself is, I'm already enough. I'm already perfect. I have my perfect body. I'm in my perfect body. I'm at my goal weight. My weight is perfect. Everybody loves my body. People just say I have an amazing physique. I have a beautiful shape. I'm curvy or whatever build you want, right? Maybe it's muscle tone. Whatever it is, you just start claiming it. and you start identifying with it, and you just keep saying it over and over and over again until it becomes true in your reality, because there's no way for it not to become true, right? That's the way reality creation works. So I know you might have come in on like the confidence side of things, but I do also do the mindset work. So that's where reality creation comes into play. It's addressing the core root of things. So that's why I always put confidence on here, because it's stepping out of that limiting belief, stepping into the new story, the new belief, and then you can manifest whatever it is that you want in your 3D reality. So it's a little bit of a working with the 3D and the 4D, so to speak, so that you can, create your best life. You can do this. You can absolutely do it. I've done it literally 1,000 times. I've changed my body manifesting in a few short weeks. Trap said, do you tell your client words of affirmations, or how do you unleash the beast in them? Yeah, we do. We literally sit there, we run through affirmations, right? Just like I do on these lives. I do my little rampages. I give them affirmations, right, that are specific to them, and that's based off of their core beliefs, right? Because an affirmation that's, let's just say you're manifesting a specific person and you're saying, I am chosen, I am chosen. Well, that might not be your issue. Just because you hear someone else say that's a good affirmation to use, your issue might not be that you're chosen. Your issue might be self-abandonment, right? And that people always abandon you and people always leave you. So you would need a different affirmation. So it's really about uncovering what your core beliefs are. So then that way you can use an affirmation that actually builds you up, right? It's specific to you. It's tailored to you. So yes, I work on what is the core root belief that you have going on that's limiting you. And then how do we tell the story that's opposite? How do we tell the story that's more favorable? How do we tell the story that's in alignment with where you're headed and where you're going and what you want and what you desire? So yes, we do that as a part of the client work. Great question. Chosen One said, I am worthy and I am enough. Beautiful. I love it. That's a great affirmation. Bird, thank you so much. Jose said, yeah, uniqueness and authenticity is what I value. Absolutely. I totally love it. How do you get over an ex? I have been having a hard time. It's almost like I feel his energy. So I always say pour your energy back into you, right? So that's the key. I have an entire course about how to get over someone. If you want to check the link in my bio, you don't have to look at it, but it's called How to Stop Crashing Out and Rebuild Your Confidence in 30 Days. It's a 30-day blueprint. But essentially, you have to pour your energy back into you, right? It's about staying on top of your thoughts. Every time you think of him, you need to be thinking something about you, because what you're doing right now is you're putting him on the pedestal, right? You're the main character in your life, so you have to say how great you are, how amazing you are, how anyone would always want to be with you. I would need a little bit more info, because if you want to do reality creation, which is manifesting, do you want your ex still? Are you trying to get over him, or do you actually want him back? Because you can manifest him back. You can do anything, like anything is possible. So give me a little bit more detail and we can work through it. Just drop it in the comments. Let's see. Jose said, you're welcome. Do you value working out for confidence? You don't have to. I personally like to work out. I mean, I just love weight training and lifting, but that's not something that you have to do. But I always say do what gives you joy, right? Confidence is not a one-size-fits-all approach. It's not something that has a blueprint of do this first, do that first, look like this, dress like this, act like this, talk like this, have this body type. No, it's about returning to you. What do you like? What do you enjoy, right? I always say one of the fastest ways to build confidence is actually to dig into what you're already good at. A lot of the times people talk about get outside your comfort zone. That is a good idea, but that might not be where people are always at mentally when they're first starting out. So I think it's good to really hone in on what are you good at? Like get more confident in that skill, up level yourself, right? How can you challenge yourself even more in an area that you're already excelling at, right? How can you get to that next level? Because that can really build self-trust and confidence when you do something you're already familiar with. So if you like to work out, you can work out for sure. I know when I work out, it builds my confidence. I love it to start lifting more, to, beat my running time. So it's really about just digging into what it is that you like and honing your skills and honing your craft to build confidence, because confidence is you just showing up for you, whether if that's in the gym, whether if that's in the art studio, whether if that's at work, whether if it's at, whatever skill or hobby. Thank you so much for the daily heart me. I appreciate it. Your thoughts create nothing, your words and intent do. Well, I would say that if you think a word, right, in order to come up with a word, you think it. All you are your thoughts, right? Consciousness is thinking. You wouldn't have words if you didn't think. So your thoughts are creating everything. Why do I say it in Cardi's voice too? That's funny. Confidence and comfort show up when you stop auditioning for others' approval. Exactly. I love that, Shahid. I agree. A lot of us have been conditioned to perform, right? To get the straight A's, to get the good job, to get the, house in the nice neighborhood. And it's just like, remember, really it's the opposite. People are auditioning to be in your life because you are the center of your reality, right? Not the other way around. So stop auditioning. Exactly. Bradley said, good way to put it. Let's see if this works. It will work. It's already done. Masterpiece said that's the wrong way of thinker manifestations. Manifestations are about frequency. Yeah, your thoughts determine your frequency. Let's see, trying to manifest here. What does looking into 3D mean? 3D just means your reality, right? What you're seeing. Like literally when you open your eyes and you scan the room, your 3D is your life, right? Because your consciousness, your 3D is just the 3D reality, what you're seeing. So everything that you're seeing in your life is what you've created in your mind. It's based off of your thoughts. What have you been thinking? Do you think people don't like you? Then in your 3D, you're going to find people that are mean to you and don't like you. If you're thinking you always get things for free, then free things show up in your life all the time. If you're thinking that you're never chosen and you'll always be single, then you'll be single all the time. So that's what 3D is, right? You're creating your 3D based off of your thoughts. Shawnee said chosen for what? Like if you're never chosen by a romantic partner, if you're not chosen for the job, if you're just saying in life, like I'm never chosen, I'm never picked, I'm always last, right? That sort of thing. You really do have to feel it for manifesting to work. Not always, but I know what you're saying, right? So I think that feeling is definitely, amazing, and when you can integrate feeling, it's so powerful. But you have to remember, when you first start to shift into the new state, into the new identity, you're not going to feel it, right? If you've thought your entire life that you were poor, and then one day you just wake up and you say, I'm rich, you're not going to feel rich, right? That doesn't mean that your manifestation isn't working. You're just claiming it. You're conditioning your mind, right, to start thinking in that way of I'm rich, I'm abundant, money comes to me easily, effortlessly, money flows into my life, I get paid to exist, right? You just keep saying it and saying it and saying it, and it becomes your dominant belief, whether if you feel it or not. And I do think that the feelings eventually come, right? I think it's only natural that you start to feel it, but I don't think that it's a requirement, but I know what you mean. I think that they do accompany it, but in the beginning, you're not going to feel it, right? Especially if it's like something really opposite to what you've been dominantly thinking your whole life. Thank you so much, RMC. I know you are manifesting your unstoppable 2026. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the kind words. Kasha, thank you. I don't want him back. He sent me a message via email on Christmas and it triggered me. So remember, if you're the creator of your reality, nothing can trigger you, right? Because you're creating it. So what were you thinking, right? Were you thinking that he was going to reach out? What was your subconscious thought there? Because if you're the creator of your reality, then it can't trigger you. You just say, I don't want him back. This doesn't affect me. He emailed me, so what? Delete, done. It's gone. I've moved on. I have a new person, right? Or I'm enjoying my peace, or I'm enjoying being single, right? You just start claiming what it is that you want and you lock in. So when you focus on what you don't want, you're going to get more of it. So if you don't want to hear from him, don't focus on that, right? Because then you're going to keep hearing from him. He'll send you an email. He'll send you a text, right? Focus on what you do want. You say, I am at peace. Like, I feel so free. This weight has been lifted off my shoulder. Thank God that's over, right? I'm so happy now. So focus on what you do want. And dig deep into what were you subconsciously thinking? Were you thinking like, he's going to reach out to me? He keeps reaching out to me. I'm annoyed by it. I don't want to hear from him. He triggers me. I don't want his negative energy, right? What were you thinking? And then think the exact opposite. Thank you so much, Brandon. Thank you for the follow. Basically, play to your own strengths. Yeah, you don't always have to have this big change, of course. Do I think honing in on new skills is great? Yeah, but a lot of times people think you got to go outside your comfort zone. Confidence is actually built in just showing up for yourself. So I think it's really powerful to start where you're strong, right? Because that's proof. You're giving yourself that boost, that evidence of like, I am good at this thing. Like, I am an innovator in this field. Like, I am an expert here, right? It helps to like build you up and know that you're amazing and you're awesome and you're skilled at this thing. So it builds confidence. And then when you have that confidence, you start kind of branching out naturally, right? And doing other things and stretching yourself in other ways. Frequency and manifestation go together. If you don't use frequency, you will not manifest. I think manifestation is just, what state are you in? Are you in the state of having or not having, right? That's what frequency is. Frequency is also a state. It's just, who are you being? It's a state of being. You can call it frequency. You can call it a feeling. You can call it your dominant thought. You can call it a belief. Doesn't matter. Who are you being is what it comes down to. Rihanna said that's good advice. Thank you. Oh, good. I'm glad you found it helpful, and I love your name. I hope I said it right. Double 90 or life coach is worth it? Yeah. I've had so many life coaches. I've had like 6, 7, or 8 of them that have all helped me with different areas of my life. I wouldn't be where I was today without mine. I think it's self-development. It's just an investment in you. So the question is, do you think it's worth investing in you? Jose said, true. If I work out with confidence and dig deep, even when I'm exhausted, it gives me more confidence. Exactly. It's like one of those things where when I first start running on the treadmill, I always say I have to get past the 5-minute mark. If I can make it past the 5-minute mark, I can run for over an hour. But those first 5 minutes, I'm like, God, I don't feel like it. I don't want to do this. I'm not in the mood. And the second I get to 5 minutes, I'm like, yes, okay, this is starting to feel good. This is good. Like, go to 10 minutes. Then I'm like, okay, you can go to 15. And then before I know it, I've run for an hour, right? And it helps me build my confidence, because at the end, I'm like, I'm so glad I didn't give up. I'm so glad I did that. And then I have all these endorphins and I feel like I'm on top of the world. So yeah, it's built in those micro moments where you keep your promises to yourself. That's truly what it is. Jermaine, Happy New Year. Thank you so much for joining live. Yeah, Jose, to do different things in your life, for sure. I agree. Deej said, I can't tell if you're 22 or 32. Oh, try 37. Almost 38. Royalty said, you can think all day. It's about what you put into action. So when you start to reprogram your brain, there's actually a lot of studies that show you don't actually have to do anything. However, I think you naturally start to take inspired action, right? Because you're rewiring your brain and you're doing creation in your mind. That's what manifestation is. It's changing your beliefs, your thoughts, becoming the new version of you. So yes, naturally you will take inspired action that aligns with that version, right? If you sit there and claim, I won the lottery, you still have to buy a lottery ticket, yes. But it's not the type of action that's forceful, right? Dawn, thank you so much for the follow. Bradley said, I didn't understand how y'all related frequencies to manifestation. Frequency for me is just a state, right? It's what frequency are you on? Are you on the frequency of being a victim? Are you on the frequency of abundance? Are you on the frequency of health and wealth and vitality? Or are you on the frequency of I'm always sick and I'm unhealthy and I'm unhealed, right? Oh, thank you so much for the heart me. I appreciate it. Frequency is what are you thinking, right? It's just another word for it. Where is your attention going, right? How are you being? It's all just states of consciousness. State, frequency, feeling, dominant thought, they're all the same. Jose said true. I hope that makes sense. Let me know if it doesn't, if you need further clarification. Many Faces said, I'm always first. Gold medal. Yes, absolutely. Build yourself up. Say that you're first. You're amazing. You're awesome. Where do you think true confidence comes from? It literally comes from you being you, right? That's all confidence is you being you. Don't try and be anybody else. It's embracing who you are, right? Who are you being? Are you being you, or are you being someone that, society told you to be? So confidence is literally knowing that you are the creator. You are God of your reality. You are whole. So that's what true confidence is you being you. You're not performing. You're not trying to be someone else. It's you. Ariel said, so it's how you look at yourself and reality that changes based on thoughts. Exactly, right? So it's self-concept work. So self-concept means, how do I view myself? And how you view yourself is how other people start to view you. You're the only thinker in your reality. So literally, what are you thinking? Are you thinking that when you speak up, people think you sound stupid? Because then they'll think that, right? Because that's the thought that you think. Are you thinking that, you're unhealed? Then you'll continue to be unhealed. If you're thinking that you're never good enough, then you won't be good enough. If you're thinking that you get every single red light and you're always late, then you're always going to get every single red light and sit in traffic and be late. It's literally whatever you're dominantly thinking will be reflected back to you in your reality. So yes, that's correct. It's how you look at yourself. How are you viewing yourself? Life is the story that we tell. So make sure you're not the loser in your own story, right? Be the hero, be the protagonist, be the main character, not the victim, not the villain. Not the one who always gets cheated on, not the one that always finishes last. Because then you'll just get more of that. I say true confidence comes from competence. Yeah, honestly, whatever you believe is true for you. I think confidence is something that we're all born with, right? I mean, for me personally, I think that confidence is like a muscle. You were born with it. You came out of the womb whole. You weren't saying I'm not enough. You weren't saying I look stupid in this onesie my mom put me in. You weren't saying look at my chubby cheeks. You were just pure, right? And then you started to get older and society said look like this, dress like this, act like this, talk like this. And then you started to shrink yourself. You started to hide parts of yourself. You started to, say that you didn't like certain things when maybe you did. You started to, dress a certain way, and you lost your identity along the way. So confidence is really just going back to the true essence of you. Who are you? Despite who the world told you who you should be. Peel back those layers and figure out what it is. Sometimes confidence gonna be confused with arrogance. Yeah, they are very different. They are not one and the same. Confidence is unshakable trust in yourself, right? You love yourself, you trust yourself. Arrogance is I'm better than you. We don't do that. We don't put other people down. We don't compare. Bradley said, it's crazy. This idea seems almost telepathic in a way. And it is real. Thought psychologist Deb. Psychologist, though. No, it's been proven. Like, look up Dr. Joe Dispenza. There's actually a lot of studies. Telepathy is real, right? Our thoughts do create things. You're constantly, every thought you think is being emitted out into the world. There's actually so many studies that show that it's very much so true. It's neuroscience. That's all that it is. Google neuroscience. Yes, Detroit, neuroplasticity, exactly. You're just rewiring your brain through the thoughts that you're thinking. What are you dominantly thinking? And then that projects onto your 3D reality, your screen of space and time. Jay Peasy said, hey, how are you? State of mind, exactly. Quasi, subconscious rewiring, exactly. You get it. That's exactly right. Quasi said, I write thoughts and place them under my pillow. Yeah, a lot of people do that. Jose said, yeah, sometimes I think I'm doing only what society wants me to do, but now I've been more true on who I want to be. Yeah, exactly. Wake up, right? It's about becoming awake and not defaulting to this program of who you think you should be. It's waking up and saying, I'm the creator. I can actually choose differently because I have free will, right? Remember that you have free will. You don't have to fall victim to the program. Bradley said, I believe this manifestation concept should be number one thing we teach and demonstrate to our children. Bradley, if only, right? How amazing would it be if we had learned this when we were children? Like, I'm so glad that manifestation has become so much more mainstream in the last few years. And I know that some people think it's saturated. I think it's so important. And I'm so glad that this next generation, or at least a good portion of them, are going to have this as a foundational principle to understand and know their power and know that literally you can do anything. The only limitation we have is the one that we put on ourselves. Confidence is a feeling and belief that comes from how you think about yourself. Yes, absolutely. 100%. Jose said, I want to be a successful man with women, wealth, and health. Claim it. It's already done. Say, I am successful. I am success. Everybody loves me. I'm everybody's favorite. I'm wealthy. I'm abundant. I have money overflowing out of my account. I have so much money, I don't even know what to do with it. I am health. I am vitality, right? I'm in perfect health. Every time I go to the doctors, they say I have a clean bill of health. I am health. Claim it. You have it. It's done. Good teachings. Thank you so much. Joanne, thank you so much for the follow. Jose said, I think I'm mainly focused on health. Yeah, claim it. Say you're in perfect health. Say my blood pressure's perfect, my cholesterol's perfect, my blood work's perfect, everything is perfect. I'm in perfect health. I am the vision of health. Kwasi said projection from your own reality. Exactly. LA Vic, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Bill. We don't have free will. That's a myth. If that's what you think, that you don't have free will, then that's what you think. I wouldn't want to manifest that in my reality. I have free will. Oh, Kwasi, you're talking about actual like Solfeggio frequencies? Is that what you're asking? Because when I say frequency, I just mean who are you being, right? But if you're talking about the actual like solfeggio frequencies, I think I use like 528 a lot. I think that one's like healing just because I like that one. But when I say frequency, I really just mean who are you being, right? And for me, my frequency or my state of being is just knowing I'm the creator. Rasta said, you're awesome. Thank you so much. Remember, though, I am its lowest form of manifestation. You were talking about frequency, so it would be, I feel once you feel it, it comes a vibration. Really, it just comes down to your I amness. Who are you being? I am, right? I am, and then fill in the blank. Morning, are you live daily around this time? I am live daily around 5 a.m. Eastern time, usually always. And then I get on throughout various other times. But if you guys like a later time, let me know and I can, hop on lives this late if it works for you all. Crew said, hey Queen, are you a life coach? Yes, I am. We also talk about like reality creation and just stepping into your power and knowing that you're the creator, right? We get to create anything in this world that we want, and we do that with confidence. So we love to see it. Welcome in. Yes, do you believe in your frequency determines your ability to manifest? Again, manifesting is just a state of being. So you're constantly manifesting, right? Every thought that you think, favorable or unfavorable, positive or negative, is showing up in your reality. So literally, if you think I'm never chosen, that's a manifestation you won't be chosen. If you think that I'm always sitting in traffic, then that's a manifestation you'll always sit in traffic. Thank you so much for the heart me. So it's not necessarily about being tuned into some specific frequency. It's who am I being? What story am I telling right now? Am I living in the old story that, I'm not chosen, I'm not loved, I'm not adored, right? Or are you living in the new frequency of everybody loves me and I always get what I want and I'm amazing and I'm awesome. I'm captivating, I'm special, I'm unique, I'm one of a kind. Are you thinking good thoughts that are favorable, that are in alignment with the world that you're creating? Are you thinking bad thoughts? Are you addicted to your trauma and constantly saying you're a victim? So it's just who are you being, right? You can manifest with a low frequency. Yeah, if you're thinking that you're a victim, you'll just manifest more of that. You're constantly manifesting good and bad. Manifesting isn't something that you just start doing. You've always been doing it. You just weren't aware that you were doing it. Everything you see right now in your reality, you manifested, whether if you did it consciously or subconsciously. So both positive and negative can be manifestations. Yeah, totally. Yeah, so it's about having a strict mental diet. So when you understand that you've always been creating your reality, it's about having a strong mental diet, having the mental discipline to say, no, I'm going to think differently. So when those thoughts come up, you have to be on top of them and you have to change them. You have to think the opposite, right? Tell the new story. You're brainwashing yourself, essentially. You're rewriting it. You're forming new neural networks. You're rewiring and reprogramming your brain. So it's literally auditing your thoughts throughout the day. That's what this is. Isidore, good morning. How are you? David, thank you so much for joining. If you all have questions, drop them in the comments. We're talking about manifestation, reality creation. This is going to be a short live for me, so if I get another question in the next few minutes, I'll answer it. But if not, then I'm going to hop off just because I have so much to do. What about the power of words? Do they bring forth manifestation as well, or is it intent? It's everything. It's your thoughts, right? So words are thoughts. Your imagination is a thought. Your intent is a thought. All of them are thoughts. Again, go back to who are you being? So when you're speaking, right, your words are reflecting who you're being. Your intentions, how are you acting? That's reflecting who you're being. So who are you being? Yes, your word is your wand, right? Spelling, right, is to cast a spell. That's how words are made. So it's like, yes, your word is your wand. What are you saying? What are you intending? So it's the story that you're telling yourself. It's who are you being? That's all that this is. Isidore said, how are you? I'm good. How are you? How do I book a call? The link is in my bio. Controllers of your reality. If you know, you know. Yeah, I mean, we are controlling our reality. No one else, right? Anything you see that you don't like, you created it. But here's the thing. If you know that you created it and you don't like it, that means you can uncreate it. It's powerful, right? A lot of people get triggered when I say that. They're like, what do you mean I didn't create the car accident? It's not about the fact that you created that, right? You weren't saying I want to get into a car accident. You were saying bad things always happen to me and things never go my way. So then you got more of that, right? And you were just not realizing that you were creating it. So now that you're aware that you're the creator, you're going to shift your thoughts. You're going to say things always go my way. I always get what I want. My life is amazing. I am blessed. I am the creator. And I always get what I want. It's done. It's mine. I have it. It's mine. I have all of my desires. My desires are mine. And you're not thinking the negative story. You're not going back to the old story. You're staying in the end of the wish fulfilled. That means your desire. You're aligning with the version of you that has it. Would the version of you that is confident still be nitpicking yourself and judging yourself? No. You'd be saying, I'm the best thing since sliced bread and everybody loves me and I'm everybody's favorite person and I'm amazing. If you're manifesting a specific person, you wouldn't be stalking their social media saying, who are they with? What are they doing? And are they texting someone else? And why are they liking that person's picture? You'd be saying, where are we going out for dinner? Where are we going out for our next date night? I'm cherished. I'm a goddess. He worships the ground that I walk on because I'm amazing. He's so in love with me. Right? So it's who are you being? If you want to manifest with something specific, do you need to say affirmations daily or do it once? Both. It's what's your dominant thought, right? What are you dominantly thinking? So you can claim it, right? But you can't go back to the old story. I don't know what it is that you're specifically trying to manifest, but there's different techniques. Manifesting is just a knowing. Affirmations, visualizations, sleep tapes, right? All of those things are just techniques to help you get into the state of having it. When you know that you have it, creation is done. So what do I mean by that? I always give this example in every single live. If you won the lottery for $100 million and the bank said, this is going to take 10 days to process, give us some time, it's a lot of paperwork because it's a large sum of money, you would say, okay. You would go about living your life. You would not be saying, oh my God, how am I going to pay my mortgage? I really want to go on vacation, but I can't afford it. Bills keep coming in. I don't know how I'm going to pay them. These invoices are stacking up. I don't know what to do. Where am I getting my next meal? No, you would be saying, I'm planning my trips to the Maldives. I'm taking my friends out. We're going to celebrate. I'm buying my dream home. I'm buying my dream car, right? You would be planning and setting up your future and living in the end knowing that you have it, even though you're in that 10-day waiting period. The bank is still processing the check and the cash in the bank, in your bank account is not there. It still says zero, but you're not acting as if it says zero. You're acting as if you have it because you know it's already done. So that's the thing with manifestation. Even though your 3D isn't showing it, right? You have to persist in the knowing that it's done. Creation is complete. So you can do that through affirmations, right, if you need to help you get into that state, but it's not going backwards and saying that you don't have it because then you're acknowledging that you don't have it. With manifesting, you have to know that you have it. So that's what an affirmation is. You're claiming that you have it. It's getting you into the state of having. You can't then go look at the 3D 2 minutes later, checking it for evidence, saying, where is it? No, it's a knowing. You know you have it. It's done. Your desire is yours. So that's what it is. It's about being in that example, like I said, in that 10-day waiting period, right? That's where you want to be. That's that sweet spot of, yes, you don't see it, but you know that it's done. So you're not worried about it. You're not checking for it. It's already done. It's a guarantee. It's yours because you said so. You claimed it. Isidore said, what's your ethnicity? I'm Black. Supa, thank you so much. Thank you so much for all the gifts, Mark. I saw them. I appreciate you. Brad said, I'm sorry, I tried that and it didn't work. What did you try? I mean, if you're saying it didn't work, of course it's not going to work because you're saying that you don't have it. You're still in the state of not having it. So yeah, it didn't work. That's what you're saying. You're saying you don't have it, so you don't have it. You have to persist in the knowing that you have it until it shows up in your 3D. Otherwise, you're wavering and you're not going to have it. You're going to manifest not having it. Rasta, thank you so much. Quasi said, words are spells. Your word is your wand. Yes, your word is your wand. You command it into your reality, right? It's literally just like typing into Google. You type something into Google, it renders it on your screen. Same thing. You think the thought, you say the affirmation, you claim it, you command it, and it shows up in your 3D. You don't doubt Google when you type it in. You don't say, oh, is it gonna give me the search result or is it not gonna give me the search result? You know it's done. It gives you the search result. You have it. You don't question it. Same thing with a restaurant. You go to the restaurant, you order your food, you order an appetizer, a main course, a salad, a dessert, and sides. The restaurant owner isn't saying, oh, do we bring them the meal? Are they going to pay for the bill? Oh, I don't know. Should we bring it to the table? Do you think they'll pay? No, they bring you your food because they know you're going to pay it. They assume it. That's their dominant belief. You ordered it, you're going to pay it. They know that it's done. Get into the state of knowing it's done. Don't question it. Do you believe manifestation is 100%, or do some things happen no matter what, how hard you focus on otherwise? You're manifesting all the time. So manifestation is happening 100% of the time. Everything you think, you're creating. So yeah, manifestation is 100%. Everything that you see, you've created, whether if you like it or not. That's the hard truth people don't want to hear. They want to say that they didn't manifest the things they don't like. Yes, you did. You did it subconsciously. You didn't know, and it's okay. Don't be hard on yourself. Know that because you created it, you can uncreate it because you're the creator. So what is the distinct difference between manifestation and affirmation? Manifestation is your desire, and affirmation is you claiming that you have it. Affirmation is a tool to get you in the state of knowing the manifestation, your desire is yours. LA Vic, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the follow. What's your name? Brooke. Also, subliminal music goes straight to your subconscious mind. Also helps, yeah. Subliminals are great, but make sure you're watching someone trustworthy and you know what they're saying. Some of them you can't even hear what they're saying. And I'm like, are you guys really listening to this? You don't even know what it's saying. It could be saying you're a horrible person and you're listening to it. I recommend thought transmission. You can clearly hear what she's saying. It's subliminal, but it's very obvious what she's saying, and she puts the text in the box. That makes a lot of sense. I love that. Oh, good. I'm glad. I love how you didn't say you were mixed, just black. I mean, I identify as a black woman. I mean, I guess somewhere down the road I'm mixed, but both my parents are black. Their parents are black. I'm a black woman. Rich Girl said, is it good to write down affirmations as well? Yeah, I think that's great. There's definitely power in writing down your manifestations. Do what makes you feel comfortable, right? There's no right or wrong way when it comes to affirmations. It's literally just getting into the state. So I think it's beautiful. Write them down if that feels good to you. Say them out loud. I love to do a rampage, right? So my favorite way to say affirmations is, isn't it wonderful? And I like isn't it wonderful because it just, I don't know, it flows off the tongue and it comes from a place of curiosity. There's no resistance, right? Because sometimes you can have resistance with your affirmations if you don't believe them at first. So by putting the words isn't it wonderful kind of helps to ease it. So this is what it looks like for me every single morning when I wake up. First thing I do in the morning is I literally open my eyes and say thank you. That's a default. I just do because I just have gratitude for being alive. Then like once I'm up, right, and walking into my bathroom, because I love habit stacking, right? I don't want my affirmations to be this extra thing that I have to do, even though I enjoy doing them now, right? The more you do it, the more you actually start to love it. I just walk around saying, isn't it wonderful that I'm amazing? Isn't it wonderful that I'm chosen? Isn't it wonderful that I'm happy, healthy, healed, and free? Isn't it wonderful that I'm captivating, unique, special, and one of a kind? Isn't it wonderful that I'm worthy and deserving of love? Isn't it wonderful that I'm living my dream life? Isn't it wonderful that I have supportive friends? Isn't it wonderful that I'm beautiful? Isn't it wonderful that people love me? Isn't it wonderful that I'm everyone's favorite person? Isn't it wonderful that I'm abundant and wealthy? Isn't it wonderful that I have so much money in my bank account it's overflowing? Isn't it wonderful that I have these lives and 88 people show up? Isn't it wonderful that people want to hear what I'm saying? Isn't it wonderful that I feel valued? So like literally, I just do a rampage of that, right? And I go on and on and on. And it's to the point where the more you say it, the more you actually start to get into the state and I start to feel it, right? But just because that works for me, it doesn't mean that it'll work for you. So if writing down feels good to you, do that, right? Or do both. When I first started manifesting, I definitely did a lot more techniques. I'm at the point where I'm so on top of my thoughts, right? Because the best thing to really do is to just be on top of your thoughts, right? The techniques are there to help you. They help you get into the state. But really, it's what are you dominantly thinking, right? So if you want to become a super attractor or a master manifester, it's literally just, what am I thinking? The second you have an unfavorable thought, don't even judge it, right? Just say, that's a thought. And that's not me. I'm not claiming that. I reject that. Actually, I'm amazing. And you just say the opposite. And then 5 minutes later, your brain's going to go back to, yeah, right, you know, you're stupid, or you look bad, or your hair's horrible today. You just say, nope, I'm amazing. I don't accept that. I'm awesome, right? And you go back into whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. So it'll feel like work at first, but you'll just get so used to it that it's like driving. You know what I mean? When you first start to learn to drive, you're putting the car in park, then you're putting it in reverse, then you're setting it to drive, then you're checking your mirrors, then you're putting your foot on the gas, then you're putting it on the brake, then you're looking in your rearview mirror. After you've been driving for years, you don't even know how you got from your house to the grocery store. You're just on autopilot. So the auditing of your thoughts will become on autopilot. You're not going to be thinking about it like you are in the beginning. You'll just be on it. So whatever way you want to do it, I think it's great to do writing down. I think it's fine to also say them, whatever you want. Kwasi said, your subconscious mind knows what it's saying, and that's why its audio was like that. Your subconscious mind knows what it's saying, so that's why the audio is like that. Oh, I don't know what you mean. If your conscious mind knows exactly what it's saying, it won't work. I don't know that I agree with that. I mean, you're consciously thinking, right? Your subconscious, what's the efficient program, right? Think of your subconscious as it's the autopilot. You're stepping into your consciousness and interrupting the pattern and saying, I'm in the driver's seat right now. I'm paying attention to what you've been doing, and I'm course correcting you. I'm just steering you in another direction. We're no longer doing this autopilot thing. We're creating a new program, right? And so it will become your reality. You won't even have to think it anymore because you know it's true about you, and you'll be on to the next thing. Can I manifest a woman's thoughts when I try to communicate, though she is not communicating? Well, thought transmission is real. Whatever you think someone is thinking of you, that's what they're going to think. So remember, with manifestation, you're not changing other people. You're changing you. And then it's reflected back to you, right? So you're not saying, you think this thought, do it right now. You're saying, no, I know I'm amazing and I'm awesome. And then a person is going to reflect back, hey, you know what? I think you're amazing and I think you're awesome. It's about you changing you. You're not changing other people, right? And if you are manifesting, let's say, a specific person and you're trying to change them, right? You don't like the way that they're showing up in your 3D. They're mistreating you. You're going to change them by changing you. So what are you going to do? What does that look like? You're going to say, I am a priority. I am chosen. I am loved. I am treated like a goddess. And then they're going to show up saying, oh my goodness, you're amazing. You're a goddess. I want to do this for you. I'm going to buy you flowers, right? That's how they're going to show up, because the way that you view yourself is the way that other people view you. So you're changing you. That's your self-concept. How you view yourself is how the world reflects it back to you. So that's how reality creation works. It's you changing you, and then your reality reflects it back to you. Thank you, Derek. Thank you for sharing the lives. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Rich Girl said, thank you. I needed that helpful information. Amazing. I'm glad. I'm here to help. If you have other questions, definitely let me know. In African spirituality, it is your inner guide, your head. It's about your thoughts in your head. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is reality creation. It's what you're thinking. Your higher self, the universe, source, God, the greater intelligence, right? It's all the same. What about meditation? Yeah, meditation is a great tool to help get you in the state. I meditate every single morning. I think meditation is awesome. Meditation helps to regulate my nervous system, right? Some manifestation coaches will say you don't need it. I mean, I think if you want to get into the feeling, right? Because feeling does help amplify manifestations. if you're someone that's anxious all the time and you're worried about your manifestation not showing up, why wouldn't you meditate? That's helpful. It helps to put your mind at ease, and then you can better imprint on your subconscious brain that you're not anxious and that you're awesome. Or you can do meditations where you're visualizing you and your person or your bank account or whatever it is that you're trying to create. So I love it. I think meditation is great. I meditate for 1 hour every single morning. If you have bad thoughts that way, this means you have a disorder. I don't know what you mean by that, but it's not to say you can't have a bad thought again. That's inevitable. I mean, intrusive thoughts, bad thoughts come up. You still get your manifestation. It's what are you dominantly thinking? And that's where people have to be honest with themselves, because they're like, I'm in the end, I'm living in the state. Well, are you dominantly going back to the story of how he treated you wrong and how you were neglected and how you don't deserve this treatment? Because then you're just going to get more of that. You have to focus and lock into what you do want. And if a bad thought comes up, you just say, so what? I'm ignoring that. It's not in my reality. That's not what I'm creating. And you move back into the new story. That's the work, is going back to the new story, catching your thoughts, going back to the new story. People take so much comfort in their trauma and in their old story, they don't even realize that they're doing it. And it's because it's familiar. It's what's known. So you have to be greater than your feelings. You have to be greater than the old story. The second it starts to pull you back in, you have to cut it off and say no. It's just taking you back into the past. We're creating our future. In the present moment, you do that by being present with your thoughts. The present is a present. Your thoughts are an investment. Invest wisely. Make sure it's paying off in dividends for you. If you're spending your energy on what you don't want, you'll just get more of it. So shift it. Kiera said, true. We got to learn how to disagree with our thoughts. Yeah. Shut it down. I love that. That's a good way to put it. You're one of the coolest people I've ever seen. Thank you, Rost. I appreciate you. I was talking about subliminal. It's used to change subconscious. Yeah, it is. Just make sure you're listening to something that's actually what it's saying it says it is. I wouldn't just trust anything on the internet that says subliminal. It says this. You have no idea what they're saying. So I would recommend Thought Transmission. It's on YouTube. You can actually hear what she's saying in it. You can read body language. Yeah, I mean, it's all energy. Energy is everything. Al Omega said, I view myself as winning the lottery ticket. Yeah, claim it. And I would just change it to just say, I won the lottery. It's done, right? Be in the state of having it. You're not winning the lottery. You already won, right? You are the winner. I am the winner. I won the lottery. I'm a lottery winner. I won millions of dollars. I won hundreds of millions of dollars. I am rich. I'm abundant. I already have it. It's mine. It's done. It's mine. When was your last difficult moment? I would have to define difficult. I mean, we all have intrusive thoughts. 2025, I had a difficult choice of whether or not to leave my job. I was conflicted, right? I ended up leaving so I could do this full time, to be here, to be present with you all, to do this work. So I would say that was probably my last difficult time. Greetings. Hello, how are you? You said cluttered environment is detrimental to manifesting a cluttered mind. I mean, if that's what you're claiming, then it'll be true. I wouldn't even say that. I wouldn't even put that. That's like creating a limitation, saying I can't manifest unless if my environment's clean. I wouldn't claim that. I would claim I'm a master manifester and I manifest everything that I want. Circumstances don't matter, because they don't. Tiffany, thank you for the follow. Rasta said it's all thoughts. Yes, it's all just the thoughts that you're thinking. Yeah, the affirmations are spelled out in the description of the video. Good morning. If the lotto thing was so easy, wouldn't everyone win? Yeah, the thing is, it's that easy. Here's the thing. Most people think subconsciously that they didn't win. They buy the ticket and they're like, I don't even know why I'm buying this. This is a waste of time. They don't have the wavering conviction. That's the key. You can think the thought, but who are you being? Are you still being the person that has the bills coming in the mail? Are you still saying, I don't know how I'm going to pay this? Are you still saying I'm broke and I'm poor? Are you still saying I'm at a dead-end job that pays me nothing? Are you still saying that you can't afford your vacation that you want to go on? That's who you're being. If you won the lotto, you'd be saying, I'm abundant, I'm amazing, I'm living my best life. But more often than not, that's not the thought you're thinking. You buy the ticket in hopes that it'll fix all your problems. If you were abundant, you wouldn't have problems. You'd be abundant. There would be no bill. Quasi said, I'm not claiming that. I was just saying it in general. Yeah, but it's a belief, right? So what you believe is what manifests. So it's, again, it goes back to your word is your wand, right? If that's something that you are writing, then it's a thought that you're having. So it's just about being mindful of your thoughts. It is up to how much you believe. Yeah, what are you believing? Who are you being? It's just, who are you being? Thank you. You're welcome. All right. I think I'm caught up on questions. There's still a lot of you in here. 102? Awesome. If you guys have more questions, let me know. If not, I am going to hop off. I think I'm actually going to hop off just because it is late and I have to run. But thank you so much for joining. If you want to watch this, I post these on YouTube, so you can follow me there. Brooke Alexandra. If you want to work with me, check the link in my bio. And you can also find me on IG at the same handle here. I love you all, and I will see you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.